Hola, ¿cómo están? And what is going on, guys? DarkScheme here, and today I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about the Memories of Reach update that just went live, talking a little bit about the patch notes. But before we get into that, I also do want to talk about the update, which is about a 4.2 gigabyte download. Not too big, but not too small either. So if you're looking to download that, you should get that started right away. And currently, for those players who are jumping into Memories of Reach at the moment, there are a few players who are seeing their rec points being shown as 0 when they actually had rec points before the update dropped. So don't worry, your points are still there. If you want to verify that your points are still there, you can check your account over at the Halo Waypoint website, but it is looking to be fixed. It just needs a little bit more of a rollback update. I'm not sure what it is. I think it is server side. And for those looking to purchase rec packs for all those new Memories of Reach rec items, you might want to wait a little bit. Rec items are slowly being rolled out to everybody throughout the day, so the safe bet for those looking to purchase these new recs will want to wait until at least 3 p.m. Pacific time. So jumping right into the patch notes, the first few that I will be talking about are the not too obvious ones. Some of them, obviously, this update is bringing infection, which is a big deal, but I will be talking a little bit more of the patch notes that I think might not be apparent to some players. So specifically talking about the multiplayer, there was an issue with some player properties not being applied to players correctly, and that issue has been fixed. That may have been a armor mod situation that was kind of wonky. For whatever reason, armor mods were sometimes not applying properly to players, but hopefully that is what the fix is, and you will be seeing those armor mods actually working on your character this time around. They've also fixed a performance issue in Warzone, which was caused by firing a gun goose against a specific surface. So this was actually a recent bug in the game, and I'm actually really glad that they were able to fix this and it was able to make it into this update. Players can no longer knock teammates out of the rec terminal menus. I cannot tell you how many times this actually happened. Whenever we were losing a game, there was a frustrated teammate and he would kind of just Spartan charge everybody in sight. So those annoying teammates who Spartan charge you out of the rec menu is no longer a thing finally. And hopping into some rec system specific updates, this one I think is really huge. They have increased the value of gold and silver rec packs. The first 2 slots will no longer grant emblems, which will increase chances of receiving other permanent recs such as power weapon and vehicle certifications and others, since those emblems have been kind of removed from those 2 slots. The 3rd slot now offers a larger chance of awarding an emblem as well as those single-use rec items. So in general, the chances of dropping rare single-use recs has increased to kind of even those things out with the emblem being put into that 3rd slot. So this is a huge deal, and now people who were looking to get those items but just had way too many emblems to unlock will finally get a chance at getting those permanent weapon unlocks. Hopefully some of you get that evasive DMR that you've been wanting for so long. And they've also added a Memories of Reach specific rec pack, which will be available later today for a limited time. Now it's not in the game yet, but you will be able to buy it with real life money. And because it is a Memories of Reach rec pack, I am not exactly sure if you'll be able to buy it with rec points, but if you can, it will most likely be the 80,000 entry level price that we've seen in the past. And hopping into some user interface specific changes, this one is huge. I think this one is definitely one that I wanted to mention. Matchmaking search preferences have been added with 3 different options to choose from: balanced, expanded, and focused. For players who don't want to mess with this, they want to leave it at the default setting, they can leave that setting at balanced and it'll work just as fine. And a new post-game carnage report was added that showcases medals, Spartan stances, tool of destruction, and more. There is a ton there, so look forward to looking at that post-game carnage report when your game ends. And some sandbox specific, this is definitely something that I like to see. Sandbox specific changes means that they are continuing to look and balance Halo 5 Guardians as a whole. So there was some sort of Spartan charge bug, and that was recently fixed. Something about not properly targeting enemies. Either way, there wasn't really any changes to the Spartan charge mechanic, so Spartan charge is working the same as it did before. It's just being a little bit fine-tuned. Not exactly sure on the specifics, it wasn't really explained, but that is just there to let you guys know that Spartan charge is working as intended now. There was a slight increase to movement speed while crouching, and this is actually kind of huge for me, specifically for those players who like to flank around or try and take the sneaky routes to get behind their opponents, this is going to help immensely while crouching so that you stay off the radar and kind of get that flank being a little bit more viable. Speed boost specific changes were made. They removed the ability to recharge your shields while sprinting in speed boost, and also Spartan charging an enemy while speed boost is active is no longer a one-hit kill. And jumping into some weapon specific changes, the plasma caster has been buffed. Its sticky grenade has a lot less of an arc now. It does more damage versus vehicles, and it also does more indirect damage overall, meaning that if you charge your plasma caster up, shoot it around a corner, and even if it doesn't stick to the enemy player, as long as they are close enough, they will die from the explosion. Happy to see the plasma caster getting some increase, and hopefully we'll see the plasma caster being used more. As far as the hydro launcher, it has been buffed as well. Specifically, they've reduced the recoil of this gun when hip firing it. They have also increased the area of damage radius of this weapon and increased the impact damage to be more effective against vehicles. Once again, nice to see. Hopefully we'll see some more people using that hydro launcher. And there are a ton of more changes to both campaign and forge that I can't really specifically talk about here because there is just so much. I highly suggest you guys read up on the full patch notes, and I will be linking you guys to that in the description below. Forge specifically, I think, has gotten an insane amount of items this update, and there is a ton more customizations as well. So it seems like Forge is coming along nicely. Getting a ton of customization options is huge, so it seems like it's kind of like a Forge 2.0, maybe not even a 2.0, maybe a 1.5, but it is definitely there. It is still getting updated, and honestly great to see so much stuff and so many great things coming out of Forge, and continuing to see the support for Forge as well. But that is pretty much it for the patch notes, the updates, my specific important things to take away from these patch notes. Let me know how you guys feel about Memories of Reach. Are you liking the Noble Team armor? And for the last time, I will ask you guys as well, are you happy? Are you excited that Infection is finally in Halo 5? I'll leave you guys with those few questions. And as always, I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.